Hey y'all, and welcome into my current hot mess. I'm still working hard on managing my massive flare-up, but I'm also still preparing for what's going to be the only convention I participate in this year. I am beyond excited to be a part of a convention again, and I didn't realize how much I'd missed them until we were knee-deep into lockdowns and the opportunity to attend anything was completely voided. I am personally a massive shut-in, so imagine my surprise when I was dying to go out and socialize. This happens with me a lot though. I thrive on attention, but my anxiety usually can't handle it very well, so selling at conventions is actually really great for me because I can socialize with a barrier between me and the other human beings. I'm always surprised by how miserable I am not going out and communicating with other people in person, and by how much better I feel when I do leave my house to socialize. Anyway, while talking about me being even more of a hot mess than I've already described to you guys through my previous videos is so much fun, I figured I would first talk about the piece here. This was a DTIYS, or a Draw This in Your Style challenge that was done by my darling friend Jekka on Twitch. I'll leave her link down below for you guys to check her out. I would highly recommend. I was super excited about it because not only am I a massive fan of Haikyuu, I'm all about those shovelware sports mangas, but it was also a great way for me to work on something for the convention as well. I got to play with the lighting a lot on this one, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Although I would definitely like to refine the composition a bit more for the next try. I'm definitely getting better about the whole good enough thing in art. I still love this piece, but I'm excited to try out what I've learned for the next one once I'm able to really draw again. One of the things I'm working on managing myself right now, though, as I prepare for this convention, is my concept of time management for events. I am a notorious procrastinator for big projects. It is part of why I have so many going on all the time. I figured I'd give a few tips as to what I do to try and manage my own chaotic energy by how I plan for the convention I'm going to be in October, though. So, for this con, it's the first one I have ever done where I had merchandise created for me. I've started ordering my stickers from Sticker Mule mostly because I have finally reached a point where I can spend the money to do that instead of the countless hours cutting out and creating the stickers by hand. One of the complications of this, however, is the fact that I had to account for the amount of time it takes for the stickers to be sent to me. I, of course, have huge plans for new stickers, but I had to set a hard deadline for myself on this. I highly recommend doing this before it cuts too close. Once I've ordered my stickers, it usually takes about 1 to 2 weeks for them to get here. So, because my convention starts October 1st, I am not allowed to work on stickers past August 31st. That way I can send in my order on September 1st and know that I will get the product in time for the show. I have personally set a lot of staggered deadlines like this so that I can keep myself in check as to what my expectations are. Like I said in last week's video, I already have a plethora of new merchandise to sell for this convention, but when I'm doing the con circuit on the regular, I like to have at least one new thing per convention. By setting these staggered deadlines, I'm able to work on having new stuff while also not overworking myself to the point where I get sick again. Now, with time management for this can also come budget management. I am definitely not made of money, so I had to creatively budget myself on a timed schedule so I could get everything I needed to pay for with this con. From buying paper and ink for my prints because I print from home, to having the proper funds for when I order the stickers on the 1st, I've had to put a lot of thought into how to stagger the payments I'm making. For example, I am actually really excited to order my first table cover for this convention so that I can have my artwork displayed all big and orange and amazing for people to see. But the banner itself is pretty pricey. So I also need to reorder business cards and printer ink and, of course, the stickers. All of these things add up in terms of cost, so what I did personally was make the purchases for everything fit into a schedule for when I get paid. So for me, the business cards will take the longest to get here, so I had to order those first. Then, on the next pay cycle, I'll be able to focus on ordering the stickers. Then, on the final pay cycle before this convention, I'll be ordering the banner because it will only take a few days to be made and delivered. The banner, while I am excited about it, is also my lowest priority in terms of what is needed for the con, so if it doesn't arrive on time, I won't be heartbroken. Now, along with time management, at least for me, is learning when I need to stop. Convention season is usually one of the times that I work myself way harder than I need to, and I'm working on ways of making it an easier process for me. One of the things that I have implemented for the past conventions is to work on at least one personal piece for every 1 or 2 convention pieces that I do. I also have to set a hard limit on myself as to how much I'm allowed to work before I go to bed. A lot of what I do is sitting in front of computer screens, so I need to put in things that don't involve the computer. This can be something simple that connects to the prep, like inventory counts, or even working on a traditional piece. It can also be things like going out for a walk in the mornings to get your blood pumping, not allowing yourself to look at any screens after a certain time at night. My limit right now is 11:30 p.m. so that I can get showered and relaxed for bed. One of the most important things I will say is that you need to give yourself time to rest, even with that looming deadline. I know I personally struggle a lot with this particular concept, so I get the hesitation to stop working, especially when you've got a good flow going. But I implore setting these boundaries for yourself so that you can keep working without burning yourself out or making yourself sick. Selling at conventions is incredibly fun. And for me, worth getting to know the other artists in the communities I sell in. But it can also be really stressful. I had worked myself really hard with conventions for the last few years, and I had actually planned on taking 2020 off from the grind to give myself a break, which is ironic, I know. I think this near 2-year hiatus from conventions has helped me put a lot of my work practices into perspective. I still goof up, for sure, but I still overwork myself to the point of exhaustion. But I also think that I'm getting a little bit better at giving myself more space to breathe. Even with my big flare-up right now, I don't feel as stressed as I usually do because I have so much to prepare for with this convention. I've had time to make... Even with my big flare-up right now, I don't need to feel as stressed as I usually do because I have so much to prepare for with the convention. I've had time to make new work. I've definitely used a lot of it to explore the facets of art that I really enjoy. I do love drawing fan art, but aside from my 30-year obsession with drawing Sailor Moon, it's not my passion. I've really had a lot of fun with things like sexy mythological creatures, or cryptids, or even getting to focus on my characters. I am extremely grateful for the time that I've had to start getting perspective on what it is I want to do as an artist. And the con grind doesn't always allow for that type of retrospection. And if you guys would like, I can talk about what I think the pros and cons of tabling at conventions are, or how conventions function for someone like myself with almost no internet visibility. I've been selling at conventions since 2008, but it wasn't until 2017 that I started working harder at making them work, so I would like to think I have some insight as to the direction of conventions going forward, and how much they'll be worth doing in the future. Of course, there is so much to talk about when it comes to preparing, selling, and buying from conventions, so definitely let me know if there's anything you want my dumbass opinion on. So, as per usual, go on ahead, do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting and all the fun stuff that you're supposed to do on the YouTube videos. If you want to check out my Etsy, the link is down below. You can see what I have for sale. I think I have some pretty cool stuff, but you know, that's just me. My social medias are down there. Also, I stream on Twitch, Friday through Sundays, usually starting at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to join me there, that's cool. Or you can look at my Twitter that is entirely inactive, my Instagram, which I am working on catching up with, or my TikTok, which is still a little bit on hiatus while I'm recovering from this flare. But other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!